We're back again with another Shieldred deck already. I have a feeling that Shieldred is going to be quite a staple here on the channel, but today we absolutely broke this card by stealing our opponent's entire deck. That's right, we're back again with another Shieldred build, but today's not exactly Shieldred focused, if that makes sense. We are actually going to be a Sultai Reanimator deck. It just happens to have two Shieldreds in the deck because it synergizes pretty well with the game plan here today. Obviously, Shieldred steals the opponent's entire graveyard. It brings it back to life on our side of the field, which is really sweet, but we are a Reanimator deck, so hitting our own creatures in our own graveyard can be very beneficial, which is why we splashed a few of these in. And not to mention, a lot of our cards today are still hitting the opponent's hand as well. Things like Liliana, which is going to help us discard, but also the opponent discarding cards. But we're really trying to reanimate things here today with Cruelty of Gix and Tamiyo. Now, Tamiyo can reanimate, obviously, a lot of permanents. Cruelty of Gix, we're aiming to reanimate a Titan of Industry. And then along the way, we've also got Rona, which can draw discard every single turn, essentially, for us. And a couple of times a turn, because it can untap itself whenever a legendary card is put onto the battlefield. So we tap this, draw a card, discard a card. We play out a legendary spell, which is half the deck. And then it untaps again for it to be used on post-combat of your opponent's turn, which is really, really sweet in order for us to find all the tools that we need. It also has the ability to flip over to this other 5/5 side, the Obliterator side. We didn't get too much of that today, but very cool effect. We've also got a couple of invasions of Amonkhet, Jace to help fill up the opponent's graveyard, because filling up the opponent's graveyard is helpful, obviously, with Shieldred. Not to mention, we have another Seed Double, a couple of these in the deck. I absolutely love this card. Being able to do both effects of this card because the opponent has 8 cards in the graveyard is absolutely busted. We copy a creature on the field, which hopefully Titan of Industry, and then we also copy the spell that they cast, which is really cool. But the deck was an absolute blast. A bit of a mind-boggling deck. You have to really kind of navigate through some crazy combinations with this thing, but I think we played it pretty well today. And if you guys are new here and you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe. We do post videos 5 days a week, so it'd help out an absolute ton. I'd really appreciate that. With that being said, guys, we're gonna jump into the games. We'll see you back here at the end. Peace out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a run at Reanimator. We've got some new cards from the new set that'll help us kind of, you know, sift through our cards, Rona in specific, and we've already played a Shieldred deck. I really enjoyed that deck. I wanted to see if I could make a less jankier version of this deck, and I think this Reanimator deck is kind of where it's at. We've been playing a few games with it, a little up and down to be honest, but I've been making adjustments as we go along, and I think we've got it dialed in now. We'll see, but today and tomorrow should be a lot of fun because I do plan on playing another Reanimator build tomorrow. We'll see how that goes, but I do have ideas for another Reanimator build, so should be pretty cool. Opponent on some Grixis mid-range, it looks like. Fable the Mirror Breaker? No, cut down. All right. Fair enough. See if we can get some ramp going here with the old Rutstein on turn 3 here. See if we can find ourselves a land off the top. We had a couple of options there. We could have gone Jace, just you know, take away the power from the Blood Tithe Harvester there, but I don't really love that play. A second Rona wouldn't have really maximized my mana to the full potential, so I think old Rutstein's fine. The opponent, though, needing to invest more mana into killing the Rutstein. If I find a land off the top, I've got myself a pretty good Shieldred here. It does take care of the Blood Tithe Harvester, so we may want to look into that. Let's go. Clutch. Clutch City. All right, and then if we could follow that up with a like a Jace, hopefully the board will be uncontested. But of course, they're on their 5th mana, you know, the 5th turn, so there's a good chance we get Invoked Despaired here, which would be pretty sad. If they have it, that would be a bummer, but you know, you gotta anticipate that because they almost always have it. Double up on the Blood Tithe Harvesters, okay. Which does allow them to sack one of them to kill the Shieldred. A little bit of a bummer there, but fair enough. That's pretty cool. If I could play this and then just tap one of these, keeping it from being able to ever sacrifice itself. Obviously, the other one would sacrifice for the Shieldred. We'll just have to bear with it. But at least we can get Tamiyo going, which I think, honestly, the higher loyalty we can get Tamiyo, the better, clearly. So we'll lock this down. And then we'll leave back the Shieldred here to protect Tamio. We'll have to force them to make that tap and sacrifice it. And I do apologize. Bear with me, guys. I've been having some serious allergy troubles this last couple of weeks, so I will be muting myself once in a while. All right, Shieldred being taken away there was not ideal. Not at all. So, bummer. And then the opponent's able to crew the Bank Buster as well. So a little bit of a 2-for-1 special for them. Just absolute value machine. 6 cards in their graveyard currently. Let's see if we can get the old Rutstein to hit us a land again off the top so we can get down the Rona here. It is in fact a land. Looks like Rona's going to be able to come down onto the battlefield as well. Gives us at least one good blocker. The opponent though with the Bloodtithe Harvester could tap, killing one of these creatures. Obviously I think they'd take the old Rutstein, but you never know. Either way though, gets us closer to filling up their graveyard, which allows the C double to kind of pop off. Especially if I can get the C double to copy like an Invoke Despair. That would be pretty awesome. All right. We can live with that. All right, old Rutstein, let's see what you get us here. A blood token, probably the least important thing for us there. Let's go ahead and tap Rona, draw a card. It's a Liliana, okay. Liliana. Do we go Liliana or do we go with the Jace? Jace obviously get a little bit of a selection on what we take out here, but Liliana minuses gets rid of something permanently, which is great. So there's some options here. I think I'm gonna Liliana though. All right, let's take out one of these.
Sacrifices must be made.
And we'll pass the turn back to the old opponent here. We're in a little bit of a bind here. Again, the opponent having that one spectacular turn with the Corpse Appraiser, not only, you know, taking our Shieldred, but then crewing up the Bank Buster on top of that was pretty brutal. So I don't know if we're going to be able to necessarily bounce back from that, but we're going to try our best here. All right, we're going to draw a discard, seeing they've dropped that Abrade on us now. Another C double's pretty darn good. I mean, they've got 8 cards in their graveyard now. I'm going to go ahead and keep both of these. All right, we're going to try to absorb as much of this as possible to stay alive. And then next turn, we'll try to drop a C double here. Both of these swing over at Liliana. I mean, we just let that slide then. I'm actually really happy that was the choice they made. Takes the pressure off of me a little bit, which is great. They must have a pretty good card in hand though, which is even better, you know? Land, we need blue. Let's go. Huge. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. What's in the yard? Actually, that's even more huge. I'm so glad we found blue though, because that could have been tough. All right, nothing we want to be bringing back with the Cruelty of Gix, so instead we pass the turn and we look to hit him with the C double. We have a couple of creatures we can you know, exile if we decide to copy the Corpse Appraiser. I want something good to copy, but if I copy something good, that means they cast something good, which you don't necessarily love to see, right? Things are going to get a little tight here. We may have to post combat the C double, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Okay. Let's block here, keep the old Rutstein alive, see what they've got for spells on this second main phase, because I could have seen double there to copy the Corpse Appraiser immediately, but I want to really get the value out of it. All right, here we go. We get this Corpse Appraiser. We exile their Blood Tithe Harvester, hopefully hitting something decent. Go for the Throat seems like a really solid option because we've got to get rid of that Fable, right? All right, and then let's see what this thing does exactly. So we get to look at the top 3 cards, put 2 back onto the library in any order, and then when it dies, exile top card of your library. Target opponent loses life equal to the mana value. If it's an instant or sorcery, you may play it without paying its mana cost. So we put this in. Man. This? No, I don't know. No, I need that land. Ah, that's tough. All right, we'll do that. All right, I'm going to kill this now because whatever's on top of their library, I need it to be chance. I need it to be a land in order for us not to take that damage. It's kind of a gamble here. Nice. Clutch. All right, we'll trade those. I like that. That's not bad. That's not bad. That was a huge gamble and risk we just took there, but I think it paid off for us, so that worked out. I just could not have them select anything with, mana value 3 or higher because it would have killed us. So that was a really tricky little navigation we had to make happen there. All right. Corpse Appraiser is not legendary, so I don't have C double currently. I need to figure out a blue source. They are tapped out though. We hit a land. There's our blue source. Beautiful. Let's get this in. And then Cruelty of Gix seems like a pretty fun idea, but C double could honestly save us from losing this game. Man, being at 1 life is just not it, Chief. I need a Titan of Industry like yesterday. Like yesterday. I suppose we gotta go for this though and try to steal this and see if we can find a Titan of Industry. I think that's our best bet. Provides us enough blockage. There's a Titan of Industry. Beautiful. Both of these can go back on top just in case they decide they want to kill the creature. Put this on top. All right, they say good game. That probably means they have the Invoke Despair, which is such a bummer. They don't have the Invoke Despair. That's good. That's good. I can live with that because we get the 5 life off of this and we should be okay. Not gonna lie, I was very scared, but I think we're gonna make it through this turn. If they crew this, that's fine. That's fine. I don't love it, but it's fine. Can't kill the other creature because I can't afford taking the damage off of whatever's off the top of their deck here. Now what's nice too is I have C double, so if I can copy the Titan of Industry, I'm not gonna lie, the nerves are going here because this has been a long game and I want to make sure we win this one for sure. All right, old Rutstein gets the land. We knew that. Get our blue source finally off the top. Don't take any damage for this. We love that. All right, we're going to gain 5 life and we're going to put a shield counter on it because we have to make sure it survives a turn cycle so I can go ahead and copy it next turn. All right. Now we pass the turn right back to the opponent here. Now, there's there's a delicate balance here because do we block the Kari? How do you say that? Haitsugu and Kari? Yeah, we'll call it Kari. If we block the Kari with our 7/7 Titan of Industry, it opens the door for that shield counter to come off. Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore, but that shield counter coming off is what scares me, because whatever is off the top could end up being like a go for the throat or something. So do we allow the damage, right? It's like, do we allow the damage and potentially give up our Titan of Industry here? I think so. I can't really afford to take that. I was taking 5 either way, huh? It's not an instant or sorcery speed spell, so that's good. They can't replay. Huge. Huge. Okay, let's go. Let's friggin' go. So you're saying there's a chance. Let's go, dude. They scoop it up after all of that. Oh my god. That was so close. They early GG'd us too, which is even better. Dude, this card is actually insane. I may want to consider throwing a few of those in my own build here. That's so cool. Wow. A little bit of luck on our side too, with the ability to kill this, you know, immediately, and found a go for the throat off the top. That was really close. It was a nice little trade-off we had there, but man, Titan of Industry getting the job done. So close. We were going to copy the Titan of Industry too, which is going to get even uglier. So much fun, man. Bruh, that was crazy. That was crazy. So much fun though, I'm not going to lie. So much fun. Oh, that card was so cool though. I really gotta look into that and see if I can put something around that as well, because now that I've seen it in action and seen it played, it's actually really sick. I don't necessarily think it has a place in this build particularly, but I do think obviously being Sultai colors, it's something to consider. But glad we found our third land drop there. Keeping a 2-lander is always tricky, but I typically run in my builds 25 lands, so it's never really too much of an issue, but sometimes it'll get you, man. Rona coming down onto the field. Rona's gonna be super clutch here as long as it survives. Will it survive? Find out next time. I love that you don't need to invest mana into the Rona. It's very nice that we could just go ahead and tap. And we have our kind of choice here. I think I want to go old Rut Steam because it can potentially ramp us into a next turn Titan of Industry, you know what I mean? That's pretty ridiculous, so let's see what happens. Or Cruelty of Gix can steal their Atraxa if they're an Atraxa deck, which high possibility, I mean. All right. Not ramping into that, are we? No attacks. Rona's here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to get me cards. Get me the cards that I want. Make this appears a bit scary. Could be a control deck. Hate to see that if that's the case. And they're still looking at Rona like they want to do something with it, but touching the card over and over isn't going to kill it, so you're going to need to cast something here. I like that it makes them nervous, though. I like that it's something that they're considering killing, which is cool. The longer they wait, the more value I get out of it. I get their concern probably of killing it because I can just activate it. Like, I think that's what they were concerned about, is that if I would just activate it and they wouldn't get nearly as much value, but you got to kill it at some point. So, gotta be the land, right? All right, so they get to do some exiling here. They're clearly a control deck, it feels like. So I would imagine Mind Splice Apparatus is going to be something coming our way soon. Let's go ahead and... I feel like getting Liliana going is a pretty good idea. But so does Jace. I don't know, man. I feel like card advantage is going to be king. Either one of these I think is a pretty solid choice. I'm gonna go Jace actually. Gonna go Jace because you never know. It gives us more information, a lot more to build off of here. Yeah, definitely gonna be a control deck. We see Urabrask off the top. Urabrask loves the spells. Invasion, 3 damage to everything. That's pretty good.
Nothing more.
It flips over to a ward creature to pay 2 life, 4/4, and then whenever you cast a spell, elemental does 2 damage to each opponent. Okay, we are going to cast this again. They are tapped out currently, and I would really like to find a land off the top so we can keep our curve going. We don't find it, but we find a C double, which you know how clutch we've seen that card come through. Awesome. I mean, we just keep this rolling, right? Another Urabrask, another Make Disappear. Some good creatures. Definitely something to look at because we have the ability now to steal something with Cruelty of Gix. But I would imagine... Oh, I was playing that out because I really thought the opponent would counter it. But they didn't. So we're going to go ahead and play out the Invasion of Amonkhet then. They're running dragons. Ooh, 4/4 Jeskai Dragon, flying haste. The battlefield's turn has haste. Whenever one or more dragons you control deals combat damage to the battles. Okay, so it gives them a little bit of advantage here. Let's go ahead and send that down.
Become subdued.
Yeah, I mean, Titan of Industry sounds like a pretty fun plan, right? Titan of Industry, and we'll get a little bit of 4/4 action, destroy artifact enchantment, yada yada. And we'll say go. Now we can copy it next turn too, and copy whatever spell they want to run out. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. Ah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's drop one Liliana here. That's pretty good. That being able to just come in next turn is so annoying, especially because it's an artifact as well. You hate to see it because I won't be able to protect Jace. I probably should have considered that when I made that move there. Yikes. Okay. C double though, I guess that's a pretty good way to answer it. I could copy it, but then I wouldn't have the counters on it, would it? Yeah, it would not. Shoot. Okay. Well, let's just make them angry, I guess. Let's go ahead and do this. Get their entire hand taken care of. We're going to drop this because it's useless currently to that incubation token. And let's get rid of their last card. If they're willing to drop this, that means they have another one or something close to it. Yep, I thought so. All right. I'd say we definitely outvalue them currently. Our board state's pretty ridiculous at the moment, and our hand is pretty juiced up. So their top decks have to be pretty spectacular, but I am afraid that their top decks do have the potential to kind of pop off. We'll see. Not to mention that simple little token there is pretty annoying. 22 cards in their graveyard.
I'll take my zombies and leave.
So we're going to be able to draw 3 cards this next turn with Jace, which I haven't been able to hit in a long time. That's pretty cool. Plus, of course, they got a burn spell here or something like that, which we've seen a few. All right, I'm definitely kicking things off with that before Jace gets taken out.
I know where to find.
Nice. Tamiyo's pretty solid because it can get back a Liliana. I think that's pretty good.
Go. Share the story of Phyrexia with your people.
Liliana's back in action. Liliana takes care of the token.
Enough with the mysteries.
All right.
Off you go.
Not to mention we can draw cards at any point too for very cheap here with the Tainted Indulgence. We've got you know, the ability to transform Rona at some point in this game if we'd like to. So many options here, man. So many options. C double is probably going to be the thing we hold up though, starting next turn. We may end up actually just milling them out too. I mean, there's so many things that could happen here. Their ability to deal 2 here to any target. Where they go with this? Take out Liliana. Fair enough.
Oh, that's my
They're not having
baby.
fun with the discarding. I get it. I get it. I get it. The odds of something being in their hand for me to steal is pretty slim, but they do run creatures, so I mean, it's not impossible. Let's see. Plus this. Submit 0. Submit 0? Yeah.
Bow before
I think I'm just going to play this and then hold my C double. Actually, holding C double is probably not very good with the with a legendary creature on the field because we won't be able to copy much. We kind of need them to play 2 spells in order for this to be productive. Yeah, that didn't go. That wasn't very smart, was it? I don't know what I should have played there. Maybe Cruelty of Gix just to see their hand, but I really wasn't gonna put everything on the fact that they were gonna have a creature in hand or anything. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, if I copy that, I don't think I get it for 4, though, do I? I don't believe so. I'm going to go and let that resolve because I don't believe I get that for 4, which is kind of a bummer. All right. We don't want to mill ourselves out either. We got to be careful. Ooh, Shieldred's kind of nice. But that's all tokens on the field, so that's not super helpful. Let's see here, 25 left. So I can do 15. I can do 21 cards out of their hand. 21 cards out of their hand. Gosh darn it, what do we do here, guys? Our hand just isn't great for what we're looking at here. Let's go. Let's go here. Let's get. We just don't have a very good deck against this opponent, huh? All right, let's get the Titan of Industry here. Let's see. Let's tap this down. Let's make this worthless. And no attacks. End our turn. We will discard this and this. All right. Again, not feeling super confident right now, just because I'm afraid we might actually get so late in the game we might mill ourselves out, but we could end up milling them out first. I think is a lot more likely. Just I don't really, the fact that they're dragon tribals, what's really annoying me, because obviously stealing one of their dragons is pretty sweet, but you want to steal a handful of them so they can start playing off of each other, which I don't think we're going to have the opportunity to do so. So. Getting Shieldred in though, and then being able to pump it immediately would be ideal. I just don't see. Actually, what am I saying? We can do just that. I think I just figured out what I want to do to win this game. Drop Shieldred.
How foolish.
All right, we reanimate our Shieldred. Bada bing, bada boom. And we're gonna go ahead and do the old Shieldred ability. Seems pretty good to me. All right, we go ahead and do one of these. Go ahead and do one of these. Go ahead and do one of those. Go Go ahead and do one of those. And we say go. All right, now I feel a lot better. Now we're going to be reanimating their entire graveyard at the point at the end of this game, so that should be pretty exciting. A lot of legendary dragons though, so it might not be as cool as we might want to see. I really hope they don't scoop though. I really hope they don't scoop. I'd love to see it just actually take place. All right, we do one of these. Do one of these. I'm actually trying to actively not make them scoop, so I'm not even gonna play my Titan of Industry here. I'm just gonna pass the turn just to ensure my Shieldred goes off, because if I play Titan of Industry, they're probably gonna be like, ugh, and they're gonna just quit. So I'm not even gonna give that an option. I'm just gonna literally play bad on purpose here to ensure that the Shieldred goes off, because that's more fun. All right, here we go. Shieldred, do your thing. Let's go. All right, let's go and keep you. Glad they're being a good sport though about this. All right, keep you and keep you. And let's get some treasures. Let's give everything counters. All right, that should do it. That should do it. Just something to have some fun with. And then we also have Titan of Industry. I mean, yeah.
Our plans are beyond your comprehension.
Let's just kill this, whatever. I mean, there's really no point in going through the rest of this game. This is all semantics at this point. We're just having some fun. Titan of Industry, just cause we have C double too, just to kind of protect everything. Shield counter, sure, let's put it here, why not? Let's go ahead and attack in. We could have also activated Shieldred again, but I don't think that's necessary. No. Imagine I return a couple dragons to their owner's hand. Oh man. This is just silly. I mean, the opponent's not top decking very well either. I feel a little bit bad for them. Could have played C double there to copy something, but not necessary. This is a bit overkill at this point. We're just kind of trying to be as nice as possible while still trying to do really fun things. All right, GG's, my friend. GG's. Thanks for being a good sport. I love that. Appreciate you. That was awesome, man. Absolutely awesome. Oh, we are just having so much fun with Shieldred. All right, we have time to squeeze in one more game, as long as it's not as long as those last two games. My goodness. My goodness. Let's see what happens here. Opening hand's absolutely great, so we'll keep it. Anytime we can get an opening hand here with the Rona, and then we can drop off things like Titan of Industry. I mean, that's just an added bonus right there. All right. It always feels so like I feel so rushed at those opportunities where we have such a big pop-off moment like we just did, because again, I want to make sure that my opponent knows I'm not like trying to be a jerk, but I'm also trying to get as much things off as possible, so to showcase to you guys how cool it can be. So I try to like play bad on purpose to encourage the continuation of the game. It's really intense, but I'm glad that opponent, you know, let us do what we had to do there. I don't love that they have Atraxa already in the graveyard and they're working their way to possibly a reanimator spell here. Let's tap this, see what we hit. I may regret dropping two of those, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if Shieldred pops off again, you never know. That could be pretty ridiculous. So let's get this in. And if you guys didn't notice, I'm tapping Rona pre, main phase 1 here and stuff like that, because it on-taps itself whenever you play a legendary card, which is really ridiculous.
Oil and steel.
2 Titan of Industries in the yard, Shieldred in hand. We're able to just keep digging for more and more mana here too with the Rona, which is great. I do feel like I have to hold this go for the Throat Man in order for us to really utilize, to really stop the opponents from being able to just get off like an Atraxa and run away with the game. They have so many options though from the graveyard at the moment. They can go so many different directions here. They could go and get the portal. Jig attacks. This would stop us from being able to go for the throat. Just would not be great. That's annoying.
This is not
Kind of needed that.
ends.
Ugh, not what you wanted to see there. I really, really needed that Shieldred down this turn. Unbelievable. Okay, well. I mean, I hate to throw this away, but I don't think there's a better choice. All right. Wish me luck, guys. Things are about to pop off for the opponent here. Here comes their reanimation. They choose Portal. They choose the Portal, which makes sense. I mean, they're going to be able to basically get back into Traxa every other turn. So we're going to go and do one of these. Such a bummer. All right. I don't see how we make this work at this point. We're going to try. I guess with Shieldred, maybe we can make some sort of move on them because we can activate its ability next turn. Yeah, let's do that. It's our best bet. It's our best bet right now. So let's see what they take with the portal to Phyrexia. They're probably going to bring in an Atraxa, which is such a bummer because then they could just rejuice up their entire hand, probably find a kill spell of some sort, like a Fateful Absence again. I think they just did their thing a little bit faster than I did my thing, which is what kind of stinks here. But if we can just survive one turn here and activate the Shieldred's ability, I would imagine they have 8 cards in the... No, they don't even have 8 cards in the yard. I didn't even realize. I thought for sure they would because of their all the milling and self-milling they've been doing, but... Well, shoot. Hopefully they play something like a Thirst for Discovery, not realizing how bad that would be for them. Really need them to do that. I need them to pull the trigger on that if we're going to have any chance at this. I don't know if we quite beat... Oh my god, they did it. I don't know if we quite beat a Portal to Phyrexia, though, just because of its relentlessness to bring things back over and over again. But if we do transform the Shieldred, though, very strong possibility that we reanimate everything and then they won't have anything to reanimate, which would be really awesome. All right, with no hesitation whatsoever, we flip this over. No chance we wait on that. Kill this. All right. I do have to make a quick Discord message right now because I am late for the stream today. Let me just let everyone know. So if you guys were in the stream... Oh, no. I didn't even realize. Yeah, that counts as enchantment. Well, that's a bummer. No coming back from that. So if you guys are in the stream yesterday, it's kind of weird time travel stuff here, but if you guys were in the stream yesterday, you'll know why I was late. All right. They bring in the Primal Conqueror. Yeah, I mean, again, they just did their thing way faster than I did my thing. And honestly, had I just kept my Titan of Industries in hand, we would have been in a better spot. We couldn't have known that, though. We could have known this sequence was going to go the way it did. But Shieldred would have saved us. But I think they knew that, though, comfortably allowing me to transform it, too, because they knew they were going to bring in the Titan of Industry. They were a few steps ahead of us, that's for sure. I don't know, man. We'll see. We shall see. I say that, but I think we already know. One with the multiverse, endless mana pool. $12 cards in the yard, able to get the double on the C double. All right, a lot of cards in the yard. We immediately just turn around and say go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana total. So we're able to see a double and then also cast a Go for the Throat, which is pretty cool. I could just do a well, that's gonna stop everything for me. Oh, it's gonna get countered. I should have done this oh man, I should have done this pre-combat or pre-upkeep. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna blow this up. And we're gonna blow this up. Yeah, they on tap, so they have the negate. They're just gonna counter this. What I should have done though, guys, is I should have pre upkeeps there. I should have done the Go for the Throat, C double, blew up the portal to Phyrexia. They would have never got this back. I could have because I could have copied this and then I would have blown up the portal, but it doesn't matter. I was dead probably no matter which way you slice it. But that was definitely a mistake on my end. Should have seen what I was gonna do a little bit sooner. But again, I thought that was a pretty good play. Blow this up, like I said, Atraxa, blow this up, copy the Titan of Industry, blow up the portal to Phyrexia. They would have been left with a 9/9. I would have had a fresh Titan and a token, and they wouldn't have had a portal. But instead, I waited just a little too long. I'd have to go back and see though if they had any mana on tap that last turn. They probably did. No, it is what it is. But good games. That's gonna do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much if you made it this far into the video. I absolutely appreciate it so very much. It helps a ton here on YouTube to get, you know, people all the way to the end of the video. So I'm glad you enjoyed the content enough to stick around. I do appreciate it a lot. Today's deck was awesome. I mean, just so much fun. I don't know about the competitive level of this thing just quite yet. Obviously only got the 3 games under our belt for the video, but it does feel like with a pretty solid pilot who obviously better than me, could probably get some serious damage done with this thing. We absolutely played bad on purpose in a lot of spots too, which really just trying to showcase what the deck could potentially do. So there was a lot of times we probably could have closed games out a little bit quicker, but being able to reanimate things is so much fun in this deck. Shieldred being an absolute beast on the back end too. If you could just get a few extra cards in your opponent's graveyard along the way, it's really, really helpful. Was really hoping to get some Tameo action today, so I'm glad we were able to pull that off as well. But absolutely enjoyed this thing. I hope you guys did as well. Obviously some changes can be made to this deck. One thing I'd say is, you know, finding which top end creature you'd want to put in this deck. I still like the Titan of Industry. I think it's the best choice because of the ability to copy it. Gaining that life late game has been very clutch for us because we like to stretch games out a little bit longer. But anyways, I digress. I hope you had fun. Huge shout out as always to the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't already know, the Mardu Mob is the membership program on this channel. So huge shout out to the Mardu Mob for helping support the channel and you know, helping basically sponsor this channel. I appreciate it very, very much. It helps more than you might know. It helps keeps the lights on, as you say. So yeah, guys, just appreciate you very, very much. And want to apologize if you guys were part of the stream last night. Apologize, I had to cut it off a little bit early, had some family stuff going on, but hopefully next week we'll go strong. Yeah, we're midweek, so we should be able to hit Mythic hopefully by next week on next stream. But I hope you guys had fun. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. We'll be back again tomorrow with probably another Reanimator deck. I have another one in mind, so we'll see how it goes. But until then, guys, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.